These RedRock heavy-duty steel OE style side step bars are a great choice for the 2007 through 2018 four-door JK Wrangler owners looking for an OE plus solution for side steps that have that classic factory appearance, just with a tougher build. Now, it's great if you want to stick to the factory design, whether it's for the simplistic appearance or the running board functionality, but want a little more strength when it comes to obstacles, whether you are on or off-road with your JK. Now, these are great if you have broken a side step or you don't have side steps at all and are looking for that look and function. And they're also a direct swap. So even though you are switching it up when it comes to the build here, you won't have to worry about any hassle or modification when doing so. This set has a running board style design and offers roughly a 6-inch wide stepping surface wheel to wheel to get a solid boost up into the Jeep, and it does have that diamond plating which adds to the look but also acts as some additional traction for more stability when you're getting in. Now, the larger caps at the ends as well as this edge on the back and the matte black appearance also add more of a finished look to the step, matching very well with other HD accessories. Now, one of the biggest features here though is the dual function of accessibility and protection. Now, these tuck up very tight to the rocker and protect the pinch weld very well. They offer some outward protection to keep hazards at bay, and they also have the ability to take the hit and hold up after the fact compared to the factory plastic steps. Now, these are made of a tough steel plate construction, being very resistant to damage from objects like rocks and other hazards that you may come across, whether you, again, are on or off-road with your JK. Now, the running board is also covered in that matte black powder coat, as I said, matching other accessories, but the two-stage epoxy pre-coat and powder coating process protects the steel underneath from rusting over time, so you can keep this look. Now, this also comes with all of the necessary brackets and hardware to get these installed on your JK and doesn't require any drilling or modification in order to install them.
Now, this set is about $400.
I would say it's fairly average for what this is. Now, this is much more durable than other plastic choices and even stainless steel options if you are certain that you need some additional protection for the side of your Jeep compared to lighter duty choices. Now, with that, it's also one of the only choices that upgrades to a steel material when also keeping the simple OE style inspired aesthetic. Now, if you are specifically in search for that dual purpose step that will be sure to complement your Wrangler style and keep more towards that OE appearance, then this is a solid pick for you. Install here is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It should take you about an hour or so per side, so 2 hours in total to get the install done. Now, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can bolt these up to your JK at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, 10 and 16 millimeter wrenches, 13 millimeter ratcheting wrench, and 10, 13, and 16 millimeter sockets. What's up, guys? Today we're installing side steps on our Wrangler, so let's get started. So the first thing I've done is laid out all of our brackets and our hardware. Now we have a larger main bracket and then our support bracket. All of our main brackets are labeled DF, DC, DR for driver front, center, rear. It's going to be the same thing on the passenger side with PF, PC, and PR. Now, the support brackets are going to be the same for all 3 of these, so they're just labeled with a D or a P for driver or passenger. So we're going to hop underneath, we're going to install one of our brackets. The main ones are slightly different, but they're all going to install the same way, so we'll hop under and get one of those installed. So we're working on the driver front here. We've got our threaded hole in the body and then our 2 holes in the pinch weld that we're going to be using. So for the top, we're going to take a 13 millimeter bolt with a lock washer and a flat washer. Now I'm going to thread this in until it almost bottoms out. And then get your support bracket. Put a 10 millimeter bolt with a flat washer through the pinch weld. And then another flat washer and a lock nut on the other side. We're going to do the same thing on each side of the pinch weld. And then we're going to take a 16 millimeter bolt with flat washer, through the two brackets, and then another flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut on the other side. And now I'm going to take a 10mm socket and wrench to tighten down the support bracket. Then tighten down that top bolt with a 13mm socket. Then switch to a 16mm socket and wrench for the connecting bolt. Now repeat that process for the other two brackets on this side and the three brackets on the other side. So now we're ready to lay our side step down onto our brackets, and then we'll get our mounting hardware so that we can secure it down. So now we're going to install our stud plates. These two studs are going to go through the holes in our bracket. So we're going to put it in at an angle, twist it so it locks into place. And then on those studs, we've got flat washers and lock nuts for each of them. And then just straighten out your side step. For the front one, you can get a 13mm socket on it. For the back one, you're going to be kind of at an angle, so I've got a 13mm ratcheting wrench for that one. And we were able to get on there pretty straight, so you can just use the socket for that one. Now once you're done with one of these, repeat for the other two. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the RedRock heavy duty steel OE style side steps for your 2007 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK 4-door. Thank you for watching, and for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.